If you're looking for a unique Valentine card, today's card is it. This is a fun triple fold Valentine card. I've got two different versions to share with you. So whether it's for the men in your life or just for a girlfriend, today's cards are going to hit the spot. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm Connie Stewart with SimplySimpleStamping.com. Thank you guys so much for joining me for today's Tuesday tip video and these fantastic triple fold Valentine cards. Guys, this has always been one of my favorite fun folds. It's very simple to do and just a couple simple, quick layers, and you've got an incredible card. As always, you know this card can go far beyond Valentine's Day, and you can use any designer series paper, any colors. Have fun creating. Let's jump in, and we're going to get started with our first card. So I'm going to kick things off with this card here. I love this one. It uses a brand new stamp set called Pick a Season. I fell in love with the whimsy of this stamp set. I hope you do too. Now, I do have for you a free download that goes along with the video. So no need to write down any measurements. I got you covered. In this download, you're going to have my supply list, the measurements, photos of both cards, and of course, you can always click or scan the QR code to come back and watch the video again if you missed anything. And if you're in the United States, friends, I would love to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. You can just click this image, or you can just click the link there. It'll take you right to my online store, and you can order any of the supplies that I used on my card right there. Friends, thank you so much for your support of the channel. I truly appreciate it. With that, let's see what we need to create our first card. Melon Mambo is one of my favorite colors. I absolutely love it. I have a piece that is 5.5 by 11 inches. We're going to do a little scoring on this one. You can use your Simply Scored board, or you can use the scoring blade on your paper trimmer, either one. But we're going to score this. I've got the 11 inches up at the top, and we're going to score it 1.25, 5.5, and 9.25. All right, so now we're ready to do the folding. So what I'm going to have you do is fold your card in half. All right, so that's going to fold in half. We're going to take the left side and we're going to fold this first panel over to the right, and then we're going to take this one and fold it over to the right. That's what's going to give us this great triple fold, okay? Very simple to do. All right, let's bring in some designer series paper so we can make it pretty. So this card features the Marbled Elegance designer series paper. We're actually going to be using both sides. So I was able to just do one piece of designer series paper and cut up my pieces. And we're going to use both sides. So let's go ahead. We'll start with this larger one here. So I'm going to open up my card and let me show you. We're going to adhere this one. You're going to pretty much be able to tell where things go because of the panel it's going to fit in. I'm going to adhere this piece to the second panel of my card. It's so beautiful with that melon mambo, right? Okay, now we're going to take two pieces. I've got two pieces here. These are 1 inch by 5.25. And I'm going to add, well, you know what, let me tell you, I want to find my prettiest one. So I like this one. It has a little more gold on it. I'm going to put that one on the front of my card. So just fold this panel back. This one will go right there. And then we're going to take that other 1 inch piece and I'm going to use the opposite side. The last piece I have is a 1.5 by 5.25. And again, we kind of just want these patterns to alternate. So let me show you. This is how the card's going to fold. All right. So you can see we're showing off both sides of that pretty paper. All right. I'm going to set this off to the side so we can jump in and do some stamping. I'm using two stamp sets today. I'm using this brand new Pick a Season, a favorite stamp set of mine. But you notice there are no sentiments in that set. So I decided to bring in the Hooray for Surprises. That one's going to work perfect with my card today. My ink pad colors are Melon Mambo, Pretty in Pink, and Pecan Pie. We're going to need two pieces of basic white. These are 3.5 by 5.25. So let me just start with one. We're going to start on the one that's actually for the inside of the card. In Pecan Pie, we are going to stamp our tree trunk right there. And now we'll bring in the Pretty in Pink Yes, we're going to make leaves that are pretty in pink, but it's really, really pretty. Now, this is going to go off of the card slightly, and that's all right. I really like how this looks because we don't need a lot of that tree for a really big statement. All right, now we're going to take these sweethearts, right? And watch this in Melon Mambo. Let's add the hearts. You see, there's a spot just perfect for those to go. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to stamp a sentiment. And like I said, the sentiment is from Hooray for Surprises. And what sentiment is more perfect than sending you lots of love? We're going to adhere that on the inside of my card. This is where you're going to write your message. Now we're going to do another panel right here. So I've got another piece, that 3.5 by 5. It's going to go here. And we're going to kind of repeat what we just did. So a tree trunk down there in the bottom right corner. Then we'll add our pretty and pink leaves. And we're going to fill in once again with our Melon Mambo hearts. Real quick, I do want to just jump in and tell you about this Pick a Season stamp set because you see, we have lots of options. You've got a perfect card for St. Patrick's Day, for any kind of love day, right? We've got lots of them. We've got some pretty spring flowers. We've got Easter eggs. You've even got a little fence clouds. We've got grass. There's all kinds of great things. This is a stamp set that you're going to be able to use all year long. But isn't it great? We can kind of sneak it in there for Valentine's Day. So we're just going to tuck that right in there. And the reason I didn't want to add the sentiment yet is I wanted to make sure I was able to center it right here. So I'm going to bring in my Melon Mambo. And you know, I think this stamp says it all. You're the best. So we're going to stamp that right here. And I've got 23 inches of the pretty in pink bordered ribbon. So this card does kind of want to open up a little bit. And so you could either do a belly band, but I thought it was really pretty with the ribbon. So I am simply going to tie this in a bow. And I want it to be over here where these panels are. Now, I've given you plenty of ribbon because when the recipient gets the card and they open it and they want to put that ribbon back on, we want to make sure they have plenty. All right. We don't want them to be fighting to tie it back up, but we can make ourselves a pretty little bow. Guys, what a great card. I will tell you, I like to just slide the bow off, but look at that gorgeous card and those colors and that paper. Beautiful. All right. I've got a second card to share with you. Friends, don't forget to grab your free download that goes along with today's card. So when you're ready to recreate that triple fold, you'll have everything you need right here. You'll find the free download over at simplysimplestamping.com, or if you look down in the YouTube description, there's a direct link. So my next card is just kind of more of a masculine card for Valentine's Day, or again, just for anything. I decided to use the brushed gold specialty paper. Ooh, isn't it so pretty? I did a little embossing on it, which made it more amazing. Guys, this card is another very simple one. And for this card, you notice I did layers. So, and I didn't use designer series paper. We're going to do a little more stamping. So just a quick refresher, that was a 5.5 by 11 scored at 1.25, 5.5, and 9.25. We fold in half, and then we fold the outside left pieces to the right. Let me give you these measurements for the basic black cardstock. I've got a 4 by 5.25. I have two pieces that are 3.5 by 5.25. I've got one piece that is a 1.5 by 5.25, and two pieces 1 inch by 5.25. And we are going to take those and adhere them to our card. It's not a difficult one. Just like our other one, you're going to know exactly where those need to go. All right, it's going to be pretty obvious where all of our pieces are going to adhere. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to get all that adhered for you, and then we'll get to stamping. All right, all of our black panels are on. So now we're going to bring in some basic white cardstock. I have a 3 3/4 by 5, and then I have two pieces that are 3 1/4 by 5. And I'm keeping this one really simple when it comes to a card for the gentleman. So I'm going to use the Adoring Hearts. It was a really beautiful stamp set, but it also, I just felt it was a really good one for a masculine card. All we need is our Memento black ink pad. And I'm going to begin with that 3 3/4 by 5. And I'm going to stamp "You Are Most Loved." I'm going to kind of put that there in the middle of the card. And now with one of the 3 1/4 inch pieces, this is where you're going to write your message. So we're going to say, "To my Valentine." So let's open up our card. We're going to say, "You are most loved." And I know you might be thinking, oh, it needs some hearts, it needs some things. You know what? I kind of like, when it comes to the masculine cards, simple is better. All right. Just my personal opinion. All right. We're going to be doing more with this one, but let's go ahead and take our final piece of basic white. We're going to add that here to the front of the card. And just like we did before, remember when we stamped "You're the Best"? I do like to do this with the card closed so that I can center it. I adore you. Perfect, right? Okay, now let's add a little bit of gold. And this is the brushed gold cardstock. I have 2 pieces. These are 3/4 by 5. And then I have another piece. This is a 1 1/4 by 5. Now, I got to tell you, I could just add these to my card. It's beautiful paper, right? I could add these and just really have a wow. But let's say you want to step it up a little bit. I decided I would do a little dry embossing with the metal plate folder. I just think this one is so perfect for the guys. We are simply going to lay our pieces of brushed gold into the folder. We're going to run this through our machine. We're going to start with base plate 1. We're going to add our embossing folder with the paper inside, and then we're going to top it with the embossing plate 4. And now we can run this through our machine. And check out what happens to that paper. Woo, it's so sharp, isn't it? All right, we are simply going to add these to the front of our card. The final one will go here on the inside of the card. And now we're going to tie this up with some gold trim. I've got 32 inches of the trim, and we're going to kind of double this one. All right, so I'm going to give myself a pretty good tail there. And I'm going to wrap it around twice. I'm just going to kind of grab that underneath so I can give this a tie. That's going to hold both of those pieces together. We'll tie that in a bow. No. And then we're going to dress it up with some of the adhesive backed heart sequins. I love these. And look, all that gold going on this card. It's beautiful. So I'm going to use about 3. Which works out well because there's 3 different sizes of hearts in this package. And friends, there we go. Look at that. We'll slide our ribbon off. We've got a place to write our message. It's clean, it's crisp, it's simple, which makes it perfect for a masculine card. As I said at the beginning of the video, this fun fold can be used for so many different things. And you can get creative whether you choose no layers or layers. Just get creative with what you have. All right, guys, this card is super fun. It's going to make a great Valentine too, so I hope you'll give this one a try. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. As always, I always hope that you like the video. If you do, would you just give me a quick thumbs up on YouTube? I always appreciate that. I love knowing what it is you guys enjoy. And hey, if you haven't subscribed, why not click that black subscribe button? Click it, ring the bell, and YouTube will let you know whenever I'm back with another video. I share twice a week here on the channel, and I'd love to have you join. Well, friends, that's all for me. Thank you again for being here. Can't wait to stamp with you guys next time. See ya. Bye-bye.